Hi, this video is going to take a few minutes to cover how to switch your IP address, and this is mainly for people who are using broadband or DSL and do not have the capabilities of switching their IP address. We have a little trick here, a little tactic that's going to allow you to switch your IP address when placing ads using Craigslist. As you know, Craigslist does have an IP marker system, and one of the things you need to be able to do is switch your IP address. So we've contacted several dial-in providers to find out which service actually would give our members a good deal on dial-up, number one, and number two, what would also work with our system on how we place our ads with Craigslist. Now, when you're placing your ads with Craigslist, as you know, you don't really want to place more than 3 to 4 ads a day unless you can switch your IP address. Now, if you're able to switch your IP address, you can now place multiple ads under new IP addresses constantly throughout the day. That's one of the biggest tricks with Craigslist. So we actually contacted several companies, and the company we found to actually work and offer a great service is copper.net. Now, if you just go to copper.net alone without going through the link right below this video, you're going to see that they charge $9.95 a month for internet access. Well, we've contacted their marketing department, and we have set up a special promotion for the members in the IPC program. Now, with this, they're actually going to be able to get dial-up access for $4.97 a month, which is 50% off your first 6 months of using this service. So this is a great, inexpensive way that you can use a service through dial-up that allows you to switch your IP address. Now, keep in mind, we're not replacing any broadband access. We're not going to be replacing any DSL or your current internet access provider. This service is honestly to be used for switching your IP address when posting your ads. So I don't want you to think that you have to give up your old internet provider or your current internet provider, because that's not the case. You're going to use these together, and the main reason you're going to use copper.net is to switch your IP address. Now, when you're on copper.net, it's very simple to follow. Just click the link below. You can also call up their 800 number and give them this promo code, which is 0004411. That's going to entitle you to the 50% off for the first 6 months. So this really is inexpensive. If you sign up online, you're just going to follow through their sign-up form, which is going to ask you your name, address, of course your area code and phone number, and for a previous provider, you can just select none, because again, we are not replacing your current internet provider. What we are doing is creating an alternate connection so you can switch your IP address. Now, after you've confirmed your order, they are going to ask you to download the Internet Connection Wizard. Do not download that wizard. It kind of takes over your internet a little bit, and that's not what we want to accomplish. So when they ask you to download the Internet Wizard, do not download it. You do not need to download this. We're going to show you exactly what to do once you've created your account. So once you've created your account by calling in or finishing the online form, you have now got dial-up access to the internet, and it's very simple to create your connection. On the website, you're going to see a list of access numbers, or excuse me, a tab for access numbers. When you click on that tab, it's going to list every state here in the United States. And when you click on your state, and I'll walk you through this, I'm going to click on Minnesota. It is actually going to publish you a list of cities here in each state that you can select to get your internet access. Now, I live outside of St. Paul, so I'll click St. Paul, and here is where my access numbers will come in. There we go. You can see I have several access numbers I can use to dial up the internet with. So now that we have our account with Copper and we have the access numbers to dial into the internet, here's all you need to do. You need to go to the Start button on your computer, and when you click to the Start button, you want to go to your control panel. When your control panel pops up, you want to click on Network Connections. So we're going to double click that. Next, we want to click on Create New Connection. And that's going to pop up the Welcome Wizard. On the first page, we're going to click Next. And we want to make sure this is checked, Connect to the Internet, and we're going to click Next. On this page, getting ready, we want to set up my connection manually. So we're going to check that, and we're going to click Next. And connect using dial-up modem. And we're going to click Next. Our ISP name, just type in Copper. Next. And then for phone number, just go back to their website, and you can literally highlight any of these access numbers for your city, right click and press copy, go back to the connection wizard, and then right click and paste that right in there. The one thing you do want to do though is take out the dashes. You just want only the numbers, so delete the dashes out of there, so it's just the dial-in access number. Once you've done that, click Next. Next, it's going to ask for your username. Now that's your username you created with your Copper.net account. So to use that, we're just going to do an example here, username. And then after you type in your username, we're going to put at, copper.net. Because that's how they verify your account with them. So your username at copper.net. Next, you're going to type in your password you created. Now you're also going to receive emails that's going to have this information in there. It's going to have your username and your password. So you'll be able to follow along with this once you receive your emails. So you have to confirm your password. And then on the first one, we're going to leave that checked, but on the second one where it says make this the default internet connection, we're going to uncheck that because we do not want this as the default connection. So we're going to click Next. And at that point, we are done. So we're going to click Finish. And here's what happens. We now have our username and we have our dial-in access number. All we have to do is click Dial here, and that is going to connect us to the internet using a dial-up modem. Now every time we dial in and then we disconnect and redial in, you now have a new IP address. So you can dial in, place 2 to 3 ads on Craig's, and then turn around, disconnect, and then if you dial in again, you're going to have a brand new IP address where you can create 2 to 3 more ads on Craigslist again. And you can keep doing this all afternoon. Now, once you have created your Copper.net, you're going to see right here on your network connections that it's going to show up. Anytime you need to connect to Copper.net, all you have to do is, again, go to My Computer, and I'm going to walk through this again. Click on the control panel, go to Network Connections, and then right here where it says Copper, if you right-click that and hit Connect, it's going to pull up this box and you can dial right in. Now if you ever want to switch your access dial number, remember you can always go to Copper.net again and get a new dial-in number, and you'll be able to use it with your dial-in connection with Copper.net. And that's all there is to using their service. And this service, again, isn't to replace your current broadband or DSL or your current internet connection. What this is used for is to switch your IP address. And the more times you switch your IP address, the more